This here is the finest example of a Walter Johnson single-signed baseball. Mike, could you tell us a little more about it?
Okay, here we have a Walter Johnson single sign baseball in our April 22nd auction. It's not just any old Walter Johnson baseball. This is by far the finest single sign baseball that I have ever handled. Much rarer than a Babe Ruth baseball. Walter Johnson. Walter Johnson died in the early 1940s. Babe Ruth died in the late 40s. But Walter Johnson wasn't as popular and wasn't as social as Babe Ruth. You'd have a hard time during the teens, 20s, and 30s, naming a better pitcher than Walter Johnson. Yes, they're the Cy Youngs, the Christy Mathewsons. They're great. In my estimation, Walter Johnson was it. When I got it in, opened the package, and saw it, I couldn't believe my eyes. To this day, I stare at it. There are Walter Johnson baseballs out there, but most of them aren't in great shape. This one is just insane. The signature, you might say, well, it's light a little bit in the J, but it's really not light because Johnson lifted his pen there. He didn't use as much pressure in the J as he did the rest of the signature. And that's a common trait with a Walter Johnson signature. It's on an official American League ball, which has really nice stampings to it, which is important when grading a ball. The stampings are taken into consideration. E.S. Barnard's signature on the side. He became president of the league in 1928, which puts this in the 28 to 31 time frame. The fact that it was signed in this type of strong fountain ink is the most important thing. And it's just gorgeous. You look at the ball. This one is just something that it's Hall of Fame worthy. It was never sold before. The original box is a little bit tattered, but fortunately the ball was saved by the box. PSA graded the ball and the signature overall an 8, which is the highest graded. The people at PSA who came in and graded the signature and authenticated the ball also agreed that this is the finest one they've ever seen. Thus, the 8. If you're doing a registry, if you're doing a collection of Hall of Fame pitchers, you're not going to find a better one. This is your opportunity to get the finest Walter Johnson single sign ball on the planet.
For this and more, be sure to check out Lelands.com.